Senior Moments, sponsored by the Empowering Seniors Group on News Talk KVNU, 102 FM and 610 AM.
Good morning. This is the Senior Moments Show. I'm your host, Sid Roeder, and visiting today again with Heidi Stimson from Next Level Health and Wellness. And we've had you on another show not too long ago and talked a little bit about how some things have shifted in your business. But let me talk about our sponsor first, which is the Empowering Seniors Group. And Heidi Stimson is a member of that group. They sponsor our show, and that is a group of professionals that has dedicated their time and effort to provide information to seniors, their family members, caretakers, and all those wonderful people that listen to us every Saturday morning. If you'd like to learn more about the Empowering Seniors Group, you can do so online at empoweringseniors.info, or you can email us at empoweringseniorscv@gmail.com, and the CV stands for Cache Valley. And lastly, if you have any suggestion for this show, any questions, anyone you would like to see us invite, you can reach me personally at 435-512-6406. Yeah, Heidi, for our listeners that maybe haven't heard you before, you are a functional nutritionist. And we've talked about a lot of interesting things because you look at the body from a different perspective.
Yes, I like to look at the body as a whole. Like, there are benefits to having your specialists in the, on the medical side of things. Functional medicine looks at you as one whole organism. Like, you are not an endocrine system working independently of an immune system or a GI system. Like, all of that is communicating together in the body. And so as a nutritionist, I'm obviously not looking for disease. I'm looking for function. Like, how is this system supposed to function, and what are things that influence it that may create imbalances? So looking at you as a whole and figuring out what your body's trying to communicate.
Perfect. So maybe let's talk a little bit about some things that we hear all the time, because one thing that I'm suffering from, and I hear everybody else saying too, is that they're so tired. Heidi, what's the reason?
That honestly could be a 3-hour podcast conversation. But first, again, I'm not medical here. Any ongoing fatigue should be discussed with a medical provider. But as a functional nutritionist, I spend a lot of time helping people understand how stress, sleep, inflammation, blood sugar, digestion, and lifestyle patterns affect energy. So again, each of those we could go into some deep science, but I think many people are exhausted for reasons that go far beyond just, I'm getting older. Because that's what I hear a lot. They come in and, well, it's just aging, Modern life is incredibly overstimulating. And people are carrying stress, not getting a lot of sleep, constant information, worry, caregiving, financial stress, grief, inflammation, processed foods, and years of pushing through exhaustion instead of recovering from it. And eventually, your body's going to start responding. The nervous system responds and it's going to say, hey, you've been going too long and it's not going to let you anymore. And I've experienced that myself a little bit.
Yeah, I think I agree. We probably get used to how things are and don't. So let's maybe chat a little bit about what your intake is, because this is what came to my mind. When you're talking to a potential client for the first time, it's very deep.
In depth.
Yes, in depth. That's the word I was looking for. So it's very in depth. What are you looking for from people?
Those exact patterns. One of the biggest things here, my intake is in depth, like you said. I like to warn people that this is going to take you maybe 20 to 30 minutes to fill out. The more information you give me, the more I can identify patterns. And even going back to the nervous system, a lot of times when people have lived with, chronic digestive systems, chronic bloating, chronic, irregular bowel movements, we can almost pinpoint, when did this start for you and what was going on in your life at that moment? That's one of the questions on the intake is like what was happening in your life when these things started. And it's almost always, oh my goodness, well, I was going through a divorce. We went through a death. I was changing jobs. I had lost my job. And it's like a significant stressor in somebody's life can trigger disease. You know, in one of our shows, we talked about irritable bowel syndrome, like some of these functional digestive disorders that now the research is showing us are often triggered by a stressor, and you can live with those chronic symptoms for years and years after this event if we don't get things back into balance. And so the intake is very in-depth for that reason, because like I said with functional nutrition, I'm looking for patterns. I'm looking for, is this a nervous system communication, and do we need to do some nervous system work? Is it inflammation in the body? And, you know, we do blood work, looking and trying to identify some of these patterns in the body.
That's great. Let me see. We're already coming up on our first break here in less than 2 minutes. Maybe we can talk a little bit about the nervous system before we head out.
Yeah, so the nervous system is essentially your body's communication network. Like, of course, it's your brain, it's your nerves, it's all of those things, but what are they doing? And your nervous system helps regulate your stress response. It helps regulate sleep, digestion, your heart rate, your hormones, your energy, and emotional regulation. So, and I think so many of us in today's society are living in this constant low-grade stress response without even realizing it. So your nervous system is constantly turned on. They call that fight or flight. Maybe you've heard of that, the sympathetic nervous system response, and rarely spends time in the opposite of that is parasympathetic, and they're one or the other. They switch back and forth, right? But the nickname for the parasympathetic is rest and digest. So if you're in fight or flight, your digestion's not going to work very well, right? So rest and digest, and we're in this constant low-grade sympathetic or fight or flight state all the time because we're go, 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 rigid, 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 routine, 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 which not a problem with that, but we need balance. And the nervous system over time, it communicates with hormones, you know, your endocrine system, it affects your sleep, inflammation. So when that's constant go, we're going to start seeing, you know, our bodies adapt for quite a while before it's like, oh, why? I was able to tolerate this yesterday. Why can I not tolerate it today, you know?
Yeah, that's really great. We're already at our first break here, so we're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we're also going to be sure to get your contact information out there. This is the Senior Mom Show. We'll take a short break. We'll be right back.
Getting around your home should be easy and safe. At RT Med Mobile, they provide wheelchairs, stair lifts, ramps, and electric lift chairs to help seniors maintain independence and comfort. Their friendly team offers free in-home consultations to find the perfect solution for you or your loved one. Locally owned and here to help. Call 435-260-6171 today. RT Med Mobile, because your mobility matters.
This is Scott Howder with White Pine Funeral Services. For generations, family has meant everything here in Cache Valley, and when families need compassion most, they turn to White Pine Funeral Services. Whether you're planning ahead to ease the burden on loved ones or honoring a life with dignity and care, White Pine Funeral Services is here to guide you every step of the way. Thank you, Cache Valley, for allowing White Pine to serve this incredible community with compassion, respect, and heartfelt care. Learn more about pre-planning and available services today at whitepinefunerals.com or visit us at 753 South, 100 East in Logan.
White Pine Funeral Services, here when you need us most.
Are you tired of feeling unwell and not knowing why? At Next Level Health and Wellness, we hear you. We specialize in uncovering the root causes of your discomfort, whether it's gut health, hormone imbalances, or emotional and mental blocks. With personalized plans, advanced lab testing, and evidence-based holistic nutrition practices, we guide you toward lasting health and wholeness. Awaken your healing potential with a team that listens, understands, and supports you wherever you are. Visit nextlevelhw.com to start your journey to feeling better today.
At Maple Springs Senior Living in North Logan, we understand that entrusting the care of your loved one to someone else is a decision not taken lightly. That's why we go above and beyond to create a nurturing environment where your family becomes our family.
When I found Maple Springs, it was like a weight lifted off my shoulders. The staff here really cares, and Mom is thriving.
The activities and social events have brought so much joy to Dad's life. I can see a positive change every time I visit.
We know that your loved one's well-being is your top priority, and it's ours too. Learn more at maplesprings.living.com.
You have a lot of options when it comes to buying or selling a home. Do you list it online, sell it yourself, or do you have a realtor help? It's a major financial and emotional decision. A realtor is the liaison between buyers and sellers and really helps you navigate complex contracts, deadlines, and disclosures.
Hi, this is Sid Roeder with Achievement Realty. I work for you to get the best outcome for your situation. Let me earn your trust with a free consultation and a free market analysis. Call me today at 512-6406. Then list it, sell it, and move on.
I think Mom needs a little more help.
What I really need is a boyfriend who can drive at night.
Hi, this is Bruce with Comfort Care. With Comfort Care at your side, you can live your best life possible. We know families can't be there 24/7, which is why we can help with as little or as much home care as you need, so you can live in your own home on your own terms.
Could you give me a phone number? My daughter was texting.
Together with Comfort Care, you can live your best life possible. Call us today at 754-7676. That's 754-7676.
Welcome back. This is the Senior Moments Show. I'm your host, Sid Roeder, visiting today with Heidi Stimson, the owner of Next Level Health and Wellness. And we've talked a little bit about all the stresses and functional nutrition. And I did say I was going to give you a chance to hand out your contact information in case people would like to chat with you.
Yeah, so actually, I've recently moved from my office in North Logan, and I'm collaborating with two different practices and providers, which I'm really excited about. Primarily, I will be doing like hormone and gut health stuff with Hyde Park Med Spa, and it's North Logan, but you can find them at hydeparkmedspa.com. Their phone number is 435-294-2949. And I'm also working with a family practice at Cash Health, and they are in Hyde Park. Website is mycashhealth.com. Their phone number is 435-990-4282. Also doing a lot of this functional nutrition stuff that we're talking about, but working with a lot of more chronic digestive issues, chronic health conditions with their practice.
Perfect. Yeah, we talked a little bit about what your intake looks like and how in-depth your processes are to find out how things are functioning in the client's body. So let's maybe dive a little bit deeper into the exhaustion end of things and you maybe recognizing that there's other underlying issues.
Yeah, the intake kind of identifies that. So I look a lot at stress, so stress affects sleep, stress affects hormones affect energy, stress affects digestion affects inflammation. So you see how it's all interconnected. And I think many people blame themselves for being tired when their body has actually been adapting to overload for so many years. And I don't think this is laziness or lack of motivation, not at all, because sometimes exhaustion is your body saying you need to recover, and it's almost like it's going to force us to, right? Maybe you've heard the term the body keeps the score. There can be a lot of trauma if we uncover some of those things, like if it's deeper than the overwhelm and daily stress. I definitely refer out because trauma affects the body. Lots of studies on that now. There's the ACE studies that was done in the 90s, maybe it was early 2000s, but there's a lot of information out there on this, how much trauma, past trauma, major stressors in life can affect your body long term. And so I always refer out if we uncover deeper trauma, maybe that needs to be worked through. But really, when we hit this exhaustion point, it makes us stop and assess. I mean, I help people stop and assess your life. Are there things we can remove from your life that are putting you into this overexhausted state? If not, I talk about stress management, as a lot of people come to me frustrated. Like they said, I need to remove stress from my life. Like, well, I'm a mom and I work full time and I do all of these things. Like I can't stop doing that. So it really becomes about how do you support your body through the stress? And are there things like, do you need to learn how to say no to things? Do you need to work on people-pleasing tendencies? Like there's so much intertwined with that also you could work with a therapist on. Obviously I'm not a therapist, so it's really great to have a team, which is why I'm excited to collaborate with other providers where we have all of those extra resources.
Yeah, that sounds wonderful. Another thing that I maybe wanted to touch on that I've learned from you before is inflammation. Because what exactly is inflammation?
So inflammation is part of your body's repair and defense system. So if you twist your ankle and it swells, that's inflammation, and it's necessary. It's helping the body heal. But many people today are living with this low-grade chronic inflammation, and that definitely can affect energy, pain reception, brain fog, mood, sleep, digestion, and even memory. There's a lot of things that they found can really contribute to this chronic inflammation, and it's a low grade. It's not like, oh my God, inflammation, if you get exposed to a virus or a bacteria or something and you get an infection, there's inflammation that comes and goes. That's called acute inflammation. And what I'm talking about here is more chronic. Your immune system is staying in this low-grade active state, possibly in response to the nervous system stress. Like it's your body staying in this awake state over a long period of time. And many things contribute to that. Like, again, it goes back to those lifestyle foundations. It's poor sleep. You can have more inflammation, stress, blood sugar swings. Like blood sugar really impacts everything. I mean, that's major underlying metabolic effects, hormones, inflammation, everything. Isolation, like loneliness. Again, that's, I think, something we've mentioned in a show previously, but loneliness can drive inflammation. We are built for connection. And we were kind of talking between, like something you can do for movement and some of these lifestyle things is find a friend to go walk with. Like you can do a combination of things to help reduce inflammation. Again, going back to the nervous system, a constant nervous system overload is going to drive inflammation. I think older generations especially were taught to push through everything, pull up your bootstraps and just keep going. But now we are seeing the effects of that, pushing through exhaustion, pushing through emotions, pushing through stress. But the body is going to keep track of that, and it's going to tell you to slow down.
So what's your advice in our last minute here on this segment? What would be your first advice to reduce? Reduce inflammation?
Yeah. Fill out my intake so we can decide what's going to be the best for you. But breath work, huge. And you don't have to have some major breath work practice that you do consistently every day, because again, I think that goes back to this rigidity in when I notice my body's tense or I'm a little extra stressed, literally just breathe in for 4 and a longer exhale puts you into that parasympathetic state. That's one of the simplest things you can do because you're breathing anyway.
Yeah, how true. Well, we're at the end of our second segment here. Let me mention our sponsor one more time, which is the Empowering Seniors Group. If you'd like to learn more about the Empowering Seniors, you can do so online at empoweringseniors.info, or you can email us at empoweringseniors.cv@gmail.com, and the CV stands for Cache Valley. We're at the end of our second segment, so this is the Senior Moment Show. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Did you know 1 in 3 people will visit a nursing home? Did you know that once there, they will stay there for an average of 3 years? Did you also know there are insurance options that can help cover this experience? Hi, I'm Tracy Ferris with Blue Water Health Insurance. It's not cheap to stay in a full-fledged nursing home. Long-term care insurance can help you or a loved one get the care they need and deserve. If you wait until you need it, you may be too late. Give me a call at 435-890-8155.
This is Oliver with Cache Valley Pharmacy. We're working with Cache Valley's own Focus Pharmacology and CacheMedical.org to help you lose weight the right way with supplements that support your weight loss journey and easy telehealth appointments from the comfort of your own home. When you think weight loss, think Cache Valley Pharmacy, your partner for a healthier, more confident you. Visit us at CacheValleyPharmacy.com or go to CacheMedical.org to start your weight loss journey today.
Are you tired of feeling unwell and not knowing why? At Next Level Health and Wellness, we hear you. We specialize in uncovering the root causes of your discomfort, whether it's gut health, hormone imbalances, or emotional and mental blocks. With personalized plans, advanced lab testing, and evidence-based holistic nutrition practices, we guide you toward lasting health and wholeness. Awaken your healing potential with a team that listens, understands, and supports you wherever you are. Visit nextlevelhw.com to start your journey to feeling better today.
Picture this. Your family's locked in court, fighting over your home and your assets because there was no plan. Don't let probate decide your future. I'm attorney Justin Wall with Wall Estate Solutions. Stay in control with wills, trusts, and smart planning that keeps your family out of court and your wishes protected. Get peace of mind today. Visit wallestate.law or call 435-294-0346. That's 435-294-0346. Your legacy, your plan.
Need a helping hand? The Bear River Association of Governments, also known as BRAG, is here for you.
They assist seniors with in-home services, provide utility bill relief through the HEAT program, and offer rental assistance to keep you housed.
Need help with tax prep? Their experts ensure you get the refund you deserve. And for veterans, they're here to connect you with the benefits you've earned.
BRAG is your local resource for a stronger today and a more secure future. Call today or visit brag.utah.gov.
Welcome back. This is the Senior Moments Show. I'm your host, Sid Roeder, visiting today with Heidi Stimson with Next Level Health and Wellness. And we've talked a little bit in our last segment about some of the stress factors and how a lot of us were raised to just pull up our bootstraps. And I guess I kind of learned that I come to the conclusion that emotions affect my physical health.
Absolutely. I don't think you can separate emotions from the body. The body listens to your life. It is, I like to say, your body is a communicator. It tells you how you are doing, how you're feeling in life, right? So grief affects the body, stress affects the body, loneliness affects the body, and science is increasingly showing us that these things, chronic stress and emotional strain, unprocessed emotions, influence inflammation, sleep, digestion, and your overall health. So I don't think healing has to be extreme. Like if you get into the wellness culture, it's literally like a massive checklist of things that you have to do to be healthy. And I am very cautious about giving people a rigid structure. I like to meet people where they are. The body responds to very basic things. So we identify where your body might respond the most: better sleep, more protein, hydration, walking, connection, slowing down in life, blood sugar stability. Like it really depends on the person and what's happening in their life. And again, this is why I have the very detailed intake, because I need to understand all of these things so I can meet you where you are and not just hand you this massive checklist of things that you can do to improve your health. I want to start with the things that are going to move the marker the most for you. And what is that, And I don't know until I get to know you a little bit more and figure out what things are impacting your health.
Yeah, that sounds wonderful, because one thing I hear is from people that I chat with too is, everybody says work out more and or even just walk more, and then I'm more tired. So I'm like, I'm already fatigued. I'm making myself more tired, but I'm not getting restful sleep. So how do you baby step that, bite-size that for an individual?
Yeah, and I hear that a lot because, and I think this is something that maybe we can start to affect these rigid wellness trends that I'm seeing is you don't have to do it all. And figuring out, are there things that could support you where you're at? Is it inflammation draining your energy? Because then getting out and going for a walk, if we don't find the underlying cause, you're going to be drained even more, or trying to get to the gym consistently. The body especially women's bodies, respond to rhythm more than they do these rigid structures. Men might respond differently to that. And what I'm seeing in the anti-aging world is, women coming to me, I'm not doing this and I'm not doing that. And I can't get up and I've got to get my morning sunlight. And then I've got to sit in the ice bath. And then I've got to, and I'm like, Control, Alt, Delete. That's not for you. This is women's bodies specifically. We go with rhythm. Look at our bodies, our whole lives are this hormonal rhythm that looks like a heart, an EKG. It's up and it's down. And we do better. We respond better to finding our own rhythm. And what does that look like? And again, I go to the things that are going to move the marker the most for you. And what is that? We do the intake is the diet assessment and everything. So I understand what your daily rhythm does look like and where can we put in the little things that are going to make you feel the best faster so that you can make other changes on top of that.
So it sounds a little bit before we are at the end of our show that your process isn't necessarily a straight line either. There's adaptation, adjustment along the way.
Yes, so we do have a couple of programs where coaching is involved and people find that they make the most improvements doing that, like getting the weekly check-ins with a health coach. We have an awesome one trained in functional medicine as well, Katie, and she really helps people. Where are you getting stuck? Because that weekly, and research shows this, don't remember the exact statistics, but it's pretty high that when you work with a coach over time. So I write the plan, details of what's going to help you the most, but then having a coach help you apply that. And you're doing check-ins with them weekly. They will help you identify, okay, it's sleep. Okay, we want to work on sleep right now. And she's got resources and things that can help you through that. But people are more successful when they're working with somebody and have whether it's the accountability component, the educational component, but we really help you dial that in so you can make permanent lifestyle changes and not feel this stressed all the time of I got to do it perfect.
Right. It sounds like it's a little bit all of the above.
Yep.
And in an ideal world, you want your mental health coach and your exercise coach.
A whole team around you to help you be successful.
Exactly. That sounds about right. Well, we are coming up on the end of our show, but we definitely have enough time, Heidi, to have your contact information and locations one more time.
Okay, so you can find me at Hyde Park Med Spa. They are in North Logan at 3125 North Main Street. Phone number 435-294-2949, where I work a lot with the hormone side and gut health. Cash Health is a family practice, 350 West, 300 North in Hyde Park. Their phone number is 435-990-4282. And I'll be working a lot of the functional side of what we talked about there as well.
Thank you, Heidi, for coming in. This is the Senior Moment Show. We're at the end. Please tune in again next week.